What is up, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We're out here hunting some public land. I'm here with Fabz. He is our camera guy today. We are on a buck named Twisted, which I'm going to put some of the pictures of this deer inside this video so you guys see what we're looking at. We were doing some scouting, and Fabz found this spot to where he seen this deer. He came out, put a scraper and a camera out, so we were able to get some pictures. But if you're new, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you stay posted when we start breaking into our hunting videos. Well, we're getting ready to set up along this ridge line here. So what I have here is some milkweed, and we are going to just check the wind direction just to see what's going on and how we're going to set up, because one's going to be up in the tree, one's going to be on the ground, and I'm going to do some rattling and grunting sequence for them because we are into the pre-rut and they are starting to scent check these does. So we're going to see what happens. It seems like the wind is swirling here because a little while ago we had the wind coming following the ridge. Then it just stalled out, and then now it looks like it's going down the ridge. So me and Fabz are going to put together a game plan. We will get set up and start doing our rattling sequence and that, and we'll be right back, and we'll see you when we're all set up.
We made it to the spot to where me and Fabz was checking out. Well, Fabz did all the scouting in here, but we did a little bit of pre-scout before we sat up, and Fabz is about 20 yards this way. So this way we're going to communicate with each other and do some rattling sequences, because where we're at, cell phones aren't working, and we did not bring radios with us, so we can't really split up much, so we could communicate with each other that where one's coming and this and that. But we had a plan. When we came into the spot, he was telling me about the deer in here, and we are in the pre-rut. I'm going to do some calling sequences and stuff like that. So this way, he's up in the tree. I'm just going to stay motionless as much as I can. I did bring the crossbow with me because in case of it comes up behind me, or if one gives me a shot at it. But we know there's two bombers in here that we're gonna try and get into a little bit of action. Even if not, this is my first sit. This is about Fabz's third or fourth sit. He's been out different places, but this place here looks pretty good on public land, and I'm very shocked because I don't have much public land at all. While walking in here, we did find 4 scrapes plus the mock scrape that Fabz put in, and a bunch of rubs. So what we have here is like a little flat area where it's like little rolling hills. It flattens out, then it rolls over a little bit, then they have a little bit of finger or a knoll, and then it will flatten out again, and then there's a swamp probably about maybe 150 yards behind you guys. And we're thinking that a lot of the deer or the bear are coming up out of here, because we did have a deer and bear, a chipmunk, deer and bear on camera back here. So that was pretty good. And I'm not a big public land hunter. I don't think I've ever shot a deer on public land. So if I happen to get a shot at one or see one tonight, this will be great for me, or be a treat. And you know what? Sometimes it's not just always about getting the harvest and things like that, as much as it is getting out with family, friends, having a good time. And we laughed. Alright, they got your stutter grunt, so I gotta go. I'll be right back. Guys, I'm really gonna try and be quiet, because I heard a grunt up there to your left. So, see what happens. Well, I don't know what happened there. We waited a little while. We did a couple soft grunts to see if we could have got something to come in. Heard one grunt. It's not that bad or of a day out here. High is supposed to be 54. But like I was saying before, it doesn't matter if you're out here. So like I said, this is my first sit of the year. Normally I don't get out with my first sit this late. It's usually the beginning or the middle of October. But we are November 2nd, first Saturday of November. So, and this is my first sit of the new deer season. Hopefully we'll get something on, but I'm going to do a calling and rattling sequence for him. I don't have a tripod to show you guys, so this way you guys aren't going to see me do this. But right now it's a little after 4 o'clock. We only have about 2 more hours. I thought I heard something moving down there. 2 more hours of daylight. Good daylight. And then we're going to get right into dusk. But let me pan you around and show you what our setup is and where we're at. Because I didn't show you that yet. And look at this. I think he really needs to do something with this powder blue cooler there. But he's saddle hunting up in the tree. Right there. That's where he's at. And we have a mock scrape down in here. And back over here. Over in there, we found a bunch of fresh scrapes. Some new rubs. And beyond that point, we believe is a swamp. We didn't get out here too much to do any pre-scouting, but these are just little pockets that we're going to be checking out throughout this season. And like he said, I'll show you that picture of Twisted and that buck that we're going to be going after. Who knows, he could have been gone. We haven't gotten a picture of him in 2 days, so let me show you that buck Twisted right now. Alright, so that was the buck Twisted, and I'm not sure if you could have seen the other one off to the left of the photo. We haven't come up with a name for him yet, but he's a nice sized deer. We think he's an 8 or a 10, probably about even with the ears, maybe a little bit past, but he's high. I think it's just the leaves moving down there about 100 yards. Alright, so I'm gonna go here, start doing a sequence for Fabz. And be right back and try and get you guys some action. Alright, catch you later. You got some quills in your face. have to get into ground hunting a little bit more. We're gonna have experiences like that. We just got done doing a rattling sequence, and I don't know if you guys noticed when I was panning the camera around that there is a fresh rub right here in front of me. So let me show you that. Normally I don't hunt up on signs like this close to them, and it's only like 3 yards from me, but the advantage point I have here might be a pretty good one, and Fox is set up there in a tree. But the only thing I think we have going against us right now is that it is the pre-rut. These deer are going to be going into the rut, so if these buck are finding a hot doe, they're going to stick with them to get into a lockdown period. So we're trying to get them before the lockdown. And but the only another bad thing we have going against us, the high today is going to be like 54, or it is 54, and not ideal deer hunting, especially the rut. But they are going to move, just that they'll move at night. So we're going to stay here till dark because we know they're moving closer to dusk and dark, and get into another rattling sequence. So what I use for rattling are these antlers here. Let me show you. I use these. I got a set of them. And what I do is I'll scratch the ground with them. Maybe Fox videoed me while I was doing it, I don't know. But, you know, in a later video, maybe do another ground hunt, and I'll bring the tripod with me and let you guys watch me how I do a rattling and grunting sequence with them. And I was grunting while I was rattling, so there's a little tip for you. And scratching the ground, that's why you see the ground's all scraped up around me, kicking it with my feet. Because if you rattle from a tree, deer will have a tendency to look up, although your sound could go further. But deer know, because you're in their living room, that the real deer sounds are closer to the ground, and there's also leaves moving. See a lot of guys where they tie their racks to a string and they lower them out of their tree stand and they bang them together at the base of their tree. Pretty neat idea. Might have to try that one day. Maybe this year we'll give that a shot. So we're going to get back to hunting, because in about another 15-20 minutes I'm going to be doing another grunting sequence and rattling sequence. But one thing I want to know is, hey, Fox, why do you have a powder proof cooler with you? You guys ask in the comments, Fox, why you have a powder blue cooler, and I'll ask him and we'll try and get an answer out of him. But let me get back to some hunting. That's a little update. I thought that seeing that raccoon was pretty cool, and I had to share that with you guys. So we'll get back to some hunting, and hopefully we get into some action. We got about 20 minutes left of lights. We are past the sunset mark, so we have about 20 minutes to a half hour left of light. I'm going to get ready and do another rattling sequence here, and hunt the rest of the day out, or rest of the evening out here. Half hour max is all we have. But I'd like to thank all of you guys for watching the video, subscribing, that like, comment, square button. If we happen to get on something tonight in this last half hour, I'll be sure to bring a video out to you guys of it at least. And it was fun hunting this first time out here. We might come back out here again. We're going to start monitoring the game cameras and see what Twisted is doing, so we want to stay focused on that buck and the other bomber that's running around here with him. But then once again, we are on public land, so there are other people down here, or the possibility